This is CBC Here and Now.
Well, it's a perfect night for a ball game. I'm out at Victoria Park tonight. Don't worry, I'll have your full forecast, but first, let's send it back to Carolyn in the studio with today's top news.
Thanks, Ashley. Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Carolyn Stokes. We begin tonight in the center of St. John's. First responders rushed to the Rabbittown area a short time ago after a car crashed into a patio. Here and Now's Ryan Cook was on the scene.
It was a chaotic scene on Goodrich Street this afternoon as a parked car rolled out of a driveway and crashed into a house, sending 4 people to hospital. Among the injured people were 2 elderly women who were just enjoying a sunny day on their patio when the car came crashing in. Another of their family members was also taken to hospital. None of them sustained serious injuries. But a witness says it was the man chasing after the car who actually took the hardest hit. We're told that he was thrown to the ground and was unconscious when first responders arrived. The 2 houses here are very close together. The car rolled out of this driveway down the hill, picking up speed into the patio. One of the people that dodged the car told me it was not the owner's fault at all and that he did everything he could to stop it before it crashed into the house. First responders showed up in full force with several fire trucks, police cars, and ambulances blocking the narrow road. A neighbor says that he was in his backyard when he heard a loud crash and he went running. He was expecting to see 2 cars had banged into each other, but he says he never expected to see that 4 people were injured and on the ground. Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.
A tragic accident on the southern Avalon today. Police say a 60-year-old man is dead after falling into a well. It happened near La Manche, about 50 kilometers outside of St. John's. The RCMP were called to the area at 7:30 this morning. The man's body was recovered from the well on his property this afternoon. Police say they believe the death was accidental. A neighbor found his body shortly after police were called.
Where he ended up, like what I would picture for the rest of my life, it's not the way I would ever want to see him. Lying on a couch or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of dying, it's hard enough, but, you know, it's like there's no dignity in anything like that.
Well, a workplace incident closed down the dump in St. John's this morning. Work ground to a halt this morning at the Robin Hood Bay landfill site after 1 person was sent to hospital in a workplace incident. The RNC officers were later joined by investigators from the Provincial Department of Occupational Health and Safety and with the City of St. John's. The city says the man was taken to hospital for precautionary reasons and that his injuries are not serious. The dump remains closed until further notice. And there's been a police presence at a house in the area of Empire Avenue this afternoon. The RNC says officers executed a public safety warrant. It's in connection to an investigation by the Major Crimes Unit. Police are not providing details on that investigation. A spokesperson for the RNC says there are no concerns for public safety and it is a controlled situation. More details tonight about one of the victims of a float plane crash in Labrador. American James Slayman is counted among the 4 men killed in the crash. 3 more are still missing. The 67-year-old was originally from Pennsylvania. Before his retirement, he was the head of a major American storage company. 2 weeks on, the plane wreckage still hasn't been found. It was first visible by rescue crews, but may have since drifted and sank. Slayman originally planned a fishing trip to Mustaston Lake last summer, but rescheduled his visit due to poor weather. Slayman never married or had children, but was close with his niece and nephews.
Probably may never know why it happened because of the remote location, and we feel like in some ways lucky that he was one of the ones that was found at the scene because it at least was able to give us a sense of closure. And it sounds like they haven't even been able to recover the rest of the plane yet still, so feel pretty terrible for all the other families. I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's like he died doing a thing that he really enjoyed. Take some solace in that, and so.
We're asking people what they think about the new site, which is located in Mundy Pond Park, in particular on and around the current soccer field.
Looks like Mundy Pond's getting a new Muse Center. I'll tell you more coming up on Here and Now.
Well, for the second night in a row, Ashley Brawweiler is enjoying the great outdoors, and this time looks like there's a ball game happening.
Yes, I'm outside at Victoria Park. My team's actually on the field right now. I'm supposed to be playing, but obviously I have to work first. But yeah, we saw a line of thunderstorms move through today. We have a little bit of some video I want to share with you first, so we'll take a look at that. Not something that we hear very often. Quite a loud boom of thunder earlier today. That was in Shoal Harbor. Sherry Adams shared us with that. Now that line of thunderstorms is making its way towards the northern portion of the Avalon, but looking at the latest radar right now, it is starting to die out. And it looks like it won't be thunderstorms by the time it makes it here to St. John's. But I'll have all the details, your full forecast, and what to expect over the next few days when I come back.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, the City of St. John's says it wants to know what people in the Mundy Pond area think about plans to replace the Muse Community Center. Today it held a public meeting to get feedback on the two sites the city is considering. Here Now's Mark Quinn reports.
This is the Muse Center that the city says must be replaced. Clearly, some Mundy Pond residents have strong feelings about it.
I came here 3 years ago and I walked and came. And now I don't know, I fills up, see? Because that's doing so much for me.
But even Osmond and other area residents agree the old building they love has to go.
I think it's really good. Definitely is too small, and it is, you know, it needs upgrading.
The question for the city is, where should the new $24 million facility be built?
You know, a lot of people wanted to stay in this area and realizing that there's not a lot of areas you can put a building of that size.
Initially, the city looked at a site here across the street, but there are concerns about parking and losing some green space. So now the city's looking at a second site here at the opposite end of the pond.
It's currently a recreation hub with the softball field, with a dog park, with a skate park. So it is a great facility in a great area that people are certainly warm to.
There are some concerns, including questions about the possible loss of a soccer field.
We have a lot of immigrants in this area, and so that's one area. Soccer is a game that they do play, and it's a way of integrating into the community. So I understand from the people here that they're addressing that with the Soccer Association. So I hope that works.
Ultimately, council will decide, and if they do decide to go ahead here, I'm told the new Muse Center should be here by 2022. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
The leader of the Green Party is in this province. Elizabeth May is highlighting her candidates for the upcoming fall election. But she's also trying to convince Newfoundlanders and Labradorians that our future should be one without oil. Peter Cowan reports.
Elizabeth May checked out a solar-powered greenhouse this morning. This is the sort of future she's pitching for Newfoundland and Labrador, one where the economy is built on renewable technology, not oil and gas. May says the oil industry is facing the same fate as the cod fishery. It will disappear. She says we need to act now to make sure it's not as abrupt.
We need to make a transition, which means we set a goal, as we do in Mission Possible. We're going to get off fossil fuels by this date. And in the meantime, look at all these great workers with transferable skills. We guarantee their work under the principles of just transition. Workers who are laying pipeline one day can be putting up windmills the next.
That's a tough sell in a province that plans to grow its oil and gas business, not shut it down. Oil is directly responsible for about 1/6 of the province's economy, or about $5 billion a year. Today, May was showing off her candidate for Avalon, Greg Malone. He's better known as an actor with Codco and the Wonderful Grand Band. He ran for the NDP back in 2000, narrowly losing to Loyola Hearn. He says we need to be focused on the environment first.
We're way behind in green technology, in renewable energies, in the real economy that's going to be the economy of the future. We're going to be left behind with the economy of the past. We don't want that. That's what's happened to us too often before.
The Green Party has done well elsewhere in the country. They're now the official opposition in PEI and have a caucus in New Brunswick. But their lack of support for the seal hunt and their opposition to oil and gas development makes it a tough sell here.
I don't think that it fits very well with what a lot of people in the province want. Beyond that, I think that it's a political culture that's still strongly rooted in the traditional parties. We haven't seen much movement in that. And so new parties just have a hard time breaking in regardless of where they're coming from.
Kelly Bladuc says success for Elizabeth May in this province, in this election, would be to just build a little more support. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
Thank God, we're open.
Reopened and relieved on Rope Walk Lane. An owner is back in business following a suspicious fire next door. Time to head back to Victoria Park in St. John's, where Ashley is right now. And Ashley, you mentioned earlier that it's your team that's playing softball there behind you, but I don't see your jersey.
I know I didn't put my jersey on. Well, we don't really wear jerseys, but I didn't put my baseball shirt on for the day. I'll change into that maybe in a little bit.
So are you going to be playing at some point tonight, or?
Yeah, we have 2 games normally back-to-back, and the first one started at 6, the next one's at 7, and so far I've been watching them. They're doing a pretty good job, so hopefully they can keep it together before I get there.
And you've been playing for a while, too, and you have a pretty good arm. I've seen it firsthand.
Yes, I've been playing ball since I was like 10, maybe earlier than that.
Oh, wow.
So it's nice to get back on the field. Yeah, I had a little bit of an injury a little bit earlier in the season, but overall it's okay.
Well, it's a great night to be out there playing ball for sure.
Kind of. It was. It just started spinning actually, and I can see the clouds. So if I may have to run into the car if it starts to downpour. So we'll jump right into the weather just to see. But yeah, an absolutely gorgeous day today. Again, we'll take a look at some of those temperatures that we saw a little bit earlier today. 26 degrees in St. John's, 27 in Gander, another 29-degree day for Deer Lake. And then we've got those temperatures in the teens. Now, it did feel like 28 degrees or 29 degrees in St. John's earlier today. That temperature now, we are starting to see those temperatures drop a little bit, right, for parts of the region. 20-ish degrees still in most areas, though, but we did see a big temperature drop for areas like Clarenville, dropped from 28 degrees to 18 this afternoon as we saw that lightning roll through. So there's a look at those storms that rolled through earlier today. If we go in a little bit, zoom in a little bit, you can see that they are starting to taper off. That lightning is no longer, as of now, no longer a risk. But I can tell you right now, it is starting to rain outside here in Victoria Park. And we'll see that move through relatively quickly. And as we head through the night tonight, we are looking at just generally gray skies and then showers moving through up through Labrador for the most part tonight. And that's going to head towards the coast by the time tomorrow morning rolls around, staying generally gray. So here's a look at our overnight temperatures. Mild night in Corner Brook, 16 degrees, Port aux Basques 17, 12 for St. John's. Those winds that we're seeing right now will generally ease through the night tonight. And then St. Anthony going down to those single digits, so 7 degrees. And that's setting us up for a cool day tomorrow as well. And you can see those single digit temperatures for most of Labrador. Still quite mild in Lab City though, 14 degrees. Those southwesterlies 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. So here's what's on tap tomorrow. Another beautiful day for the most part. We should see a mix of sun and cloud, but again, that risk of thunderstorms will continue up through the northern peninsula. That's the best chance of seeing persistent showers through the day. The rest essentially for central, the west coast, and then towards eastern Newfoundland, it will be more of the pop-up nature. Even more scattered than what we saw today, and then unsettled up through Labrador as well. So here's where I'm thinking the potential for thunderstorms is through the day tomorrow. Again, very scattered in nature, isolated, and pop up through the afternoon. So here's your temperatures, a little cooler in St. John's, 22 degrees tomorrow, but hanging on to that heat as we head towards eastern Newfoundland and Marystown, 28 degrees, Bonavista, a little cooler at 19 with those winds generally around 30 kilometers per hour. Have that risk of thunderstorms. Good chance we'll see it again from Gander to Grand Falls, Windsor, 29, 31 degrees. And there's those cooler temperatures for Twillingate, Harbour Breton, and anywhere along the south coast should see those temperatures in the 20-degree range, and then warmer further north. So Corner Brook, 31 degrees, Gross Moor, 26. And then for the northern peninsula, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, those cooler temperatures, and we can thank that northeast flow for that onshore flow, bringing those temperatures down and generally cool through Labrador as well. 9 degrees for Makovic tomorrow afternoon, barely cracking the double or mid double digits rather for Happy Valley Goose Bay, and then Lab City recovering 22 degrees tomorrow. Chance of showers, but we should see some late day clearing with that as well. So that's a look at your forecast for tomorrow as we head towards the weekend. Again, this heat sticks around, also the risk of thunderstorms. I'll have all those details coming up in a little bit.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, it's been a tumultuous month for a restaurant on Rope Walk Lane that experienced smoke damage from a fire next door. The neighboring daycare had caught fire, and now the RNC has deemed that fire suspicious. And that news is a source of concern for Jocelyn Dela Cruz, co-owner of the restaurant RJ Pinoy Yum. I spoke with her this afternoon. So, congratulations, you've reopened. It must be a relief.
Yes, we are relieved right now. And since last Monday, we reopened our RJ Pinoy Yum Filipino restaurant here in Rope Walk Lane. So, it's a big relief for us, especially to our workers as well and our customers.
Can you take us back, though, and tell me, so it was the middle of the night, you get a phone call from, I guess, the police saying that there's been a fire?
I think our landlord was the one who contacted us anyway. So, and by then, we're rushed in 7 o'clock in the morning. We usually up between 9 o'clock or 8, right? So, and it happened that I couldn't even function myself, that I said to my husband, is the propane gas was turned off? And that's what I thought. It was in our part, right? But thank God it wasn't big damage from our, from this place anyway. So when we went here, all the shattered glass from the front door, and we can't get in because of the insurance, they barred off. So that's the part of, we never knew what inside damage during the time yet.
How difficult was that for you? Because you lost 3 weeks worth of sales, plus you have staff that rely on this job.
That's true, and it's a big kind of scary because we have bills to pay. We have, our income, and my husband this is his sales. His sales that coming out is his income as well, because he resigned from his work, right? So we put up this one. So it's a kind of scary that we're not gonna make our means of our needs enable for us to meet our bills and everything, right? But thank God, we're open, and that's a good part of it, that, we started up to build up our sales again, and hoping, that our customers will find out again that we're open. That will be a great help for us to support our business as well.
What went through your mind when you found out that the police have now deemed that fire suspicious?
I don't have any idea about it, but that's ridiculous. If that's, their case, right? I hope that's not gonna happen again. And those people who've done it, they have to think of, the circumstances, not only from what happened, right? For the entire province. Because if we're gonna lose all this, businesses here, that's a big impact for us and our province as well. I hope it's not gonna happen again. That will be a great, hoping and praying for all, not only here in the plaza, but other part of the businesses, that it's not gonna happen to other part as well, right?
And knowing that it wasn't an accident, how worried are you now?
A little bit worried, and that's what we're kind of, hoping that, they need to put camera for not only here in the plaza, but every plaza, and patrolling the police. That might help to trigger out those, people were in, whatever that intention that they have. But at least we'll be more aware that people, will be aware of what they're doing. It's not a good thing to happen for a business as well, right?
Well, Jocelyn De La Cruz, thank you so much for speaking with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Carolyn, and hopefully, have a great day for today.
When the weather gets stormy, this thing is going to be tied up more than she is at sea.
Our Jacob Barker is aboard Labrador's newest ferry and getting feedback from fellow passengers. Part 2 of Maiden Voyage ahead on Here and Now.
what's on your dinner plate and what you're putting at the end of that fork is more important than the genes that we inherit from our parents. That goes not just for the weight, even for the diseases.
A new local documentary challenges the notion that a person's genes can determine their health outcomes. Plantify tells the story of two doctors who are trying to transform the diets and lifestyles of people on the Burin Peninsula, and that approach has produced visible results. And joining me now to talk more about this new documentary is its director, Martine Blue. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, what does plantify mean?
Well, it's a word that the doctors use in their workshop, and they basically teach people how to plantify their regular meals. So they say it quite often, plantify, plantify, plantify. So we thought it was a perfect title for the documentary.
So is it like vegetarian?
It's plant-based.
Okay.
It's whole foods, plant-based.
If you're plantified, I don't know, is that a word?
Yes, if you're fully plantified,
then you don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat, but you also don't eat processed foods. You cut out the oil as well. So it's quite a transformation. So it's not just vegan, it's actually whole foods plant-based. So it's a step beyond vegan. A lot of vegans don't necessarily eat healthily. So whole foods plant-based tries to it's a healthy way of eating.
Okay. What's the backstory here? Can you tell us what this documentary is about?
Sure. It's about a couple of married doctors who are creating a remarkable health transformation on the Burin Peninsula, so in rural Newfoundland.
And what is that transformation?
To whole foods, plant-based eating. So they're teaching people how to make the switch. And they're teaching people who have grown up eating, I guess, traditional Newfoundland diet. So, usually a lot of processed foods. And
salt beef and scrunches and chicks dinner.
Bologna. and moose and cod, so also wild caught food. So, it's a huge transformation for people. And people are seeing remarkable health benefits. They're dropping medications, they're losing weight, significant amounts of weight, and significant amounts of medications, and they're seeing they're reversing their diseases. So it blew my mind when I attended a workshop, and I thought this was a perfect subject for a documentary.
Okay, and so what motivated the doctors to try to teach people how to eat better in rural areas?
Dr. Arjun Rayapudi is a surgeon, so he came to Burin to work as a surgeon, and he discovered that there was a lot of sickness in rural Newfoundland, and he did some research and he found out that Newfoundland and Labrador has some of the highest disease rates in the country. So they were already whole foods plant-based themselves, and they wanted to teach people how to adopt this lifestyle.
What kind of transformations did you witness during the making of the documentary?
I witnessed people shedding all kinds of weight. They would attend a workshop and learn. It's a 3-day workshop that the doctors offer. So they would attend a workshop and they'd learn skills on how to become plant-based and how to navigate in regular existence in the regular world. And they would weigh people when they came in, and they would drop weight, and they'd start dropping their medications in the middle of the workshop. So it was that phenomenal and fundamental. And then if people kept up with it, they became healthier in general.
What was the weight loss like? Did anyone lose a significant amount of weight?
Yeah, I think one of the highest that I've heard of is 90 pounds.
Wow.
So really huge amounts of weight.
Yeah, that's a big difference in someone's life. And how can someone watch a Plantify?
It's on GEM.
Okay, great.
So it's an absolutely Canadian documentary, and it's available online on GEM.
Okay, so people can watch it anytime.
Anytime.
All right,
Yes.
Martine Blue, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And as I mentioned, you can watch the Plantify doc anytime on demand on the CBC GEM app. You can download that app from the Apple or Google app stores and watch free content from CBC. You can also watch Here and Now there live each weeknight. Well, Well, we're going to take you back on board the latest vessel to serve the Labrador North Coast tonight. The new ship is operated by Woodward's. Here Now's Jacob Barker was aboard for its first run and now has part 2 of our series, Maiden Voyage.
Well, we're somewhere in between Rigolet and Makkovik right now, and you can start to feel the boat pitching a little bit, and that is one thing that people are watching. They say that this boat has a higher windage than its predecessor, which means it's taller, which means it's more susceptible to wind. As the ship heads around Cape Harrison into the open waters of the Labrador Sea, for those on board, it becomes a bit harder to walk.
Seasickness, always fun.
But after all the rocking and rolling, the ship makes a very early morning stop in Makkovik. Rahaili Obed and Destiny Solomon are there to do some summer work, both from the North Coast and both with differing opinions on the ship.
I don't like it.
I thought it was good until the whole boat was rocking for like whole 2-3 hours. It was like rocking hard where the kitchen was like going everywhere, and all I can hear is plates.
Is that different for you than what you get on the Northern
Ranger?
Yeah.
It was a bit rockier.
A former deputy minister for the Nunatsiavut government is riding from Makkovik to Postville. Toby Anderson has concerns about the new vessel.
When the weather gets stormy, this thing is going to be tied up more than she is at sea. Where the Ranger and the Astron, they could handle the rough weather. This one is not going to be able to do it.
But ship's captain Austin Daly is no stranger to these waters. He comes to the ship after captaining the Astron, the old freighter that made the Northern Run.
It's a learning curve, you know. We have a larger vessel, but we also have a much more advanced propulsion system.
But that isn't Anderson's only concern about the new vessel. He says the government's process for bringing it into service was flawed and inconsiderate.
You have to live here to understand what this marine service, freight service means. Everything comes in on the boat. We already pay the highest prices in the province for food.
The new service has cut out Lewisport as a hub for supplies headed to the North Coast. Now the province is moving the cargo port to Goose Bay. The provincial government says that means cheaper rates and that the Hamattik can transport more freight, travel to the North Coast weekly instead of once every 2 weeks, and deliver fresher produce. But Anderson says it's an uncomfortable shift for residents.
Many families would purchase from places like Costco their winter supplies for their family for the winter. They would deliver it to Lewisport, and you ship it from there for about $120, $130. That same amount of food now from St. John's to Goose Bay is going to cost $700 to $800 just to get it to Goose Bay. Then you have to ship it again.
And while the people of the coast look at every aspect of the ship and how it will serve their needs, for the tourists aboard, this is a one-off. For this couple from Quebec, they'll take every chance they can to see the sights.
It's really cold out here there and windy. You can tell by my hat.
At times, the view is camouflaged by heavy fog, but the further north you get, the more icebergs you see.
So we spotted them, we came out as fast as we could, as fast as we could get dressed up to come out.
Even with the short time they get on shore, the visitors try and make the most out of their visits.
Saw a little smokehouse and saw an ancient boat and things. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, a quick taste of Labrador, I guess, of this town in Labrador.
Very quick, very quick. We have this cake with what kind of berries in it?
Partridge berries.
Partridge berries.
Here in Postville, they are ready to welcome.
Today I have had a donation from a local elder, Roberta Edmonds, and she made some homemade red berry squares and homemade red berry jam. Next time it comes, I think we're going to have Toutons.
An authentic and homegrown example of Labrador hospitality.
This year we have a new boat and we're still expecting tourists and stuff like that, so it would be nice just to have something for them here, and the donations just kind of was just people around town who wanted to help.
And for one resident here, the new vessel is a big change. 88-year-old Donald Jack came down to see every landing of the Northern Ranger. He vows to do the same with the Hamattik W. What do you think that there's a new boat now?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good, yeah. How do you used to it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you going to come and see this boat when it comes in?
yeah,
Every time?
yeah, every time.
Back on board, the crew is feeling the weight of the past few days.
I think we're all tired. That's part of the game. But we knew this was going to be a challenging week, getting everything on time. There's so many logistical requirements behind the scenes that nobody sees.
In the kitchen, 3 meals a day have to be served. Having the passengers to deal with is a new challenge for those that worked aboard the Astron, the old cargo vessel that serviced the coast.
There's a lot more people now, a lot busier ship.
Feeding a galley full of hungry people is one thing.
Whenever you get chance, you got to do prep because it's always busy coming up the next day. So.
But there was no purser on this first voyage. Woodward says it's now hiring one, but for this trip, everyone had to pitch in everywhere to make things work.
We are a ship right from the captain right down to the deck crew. Our purpose is what we set out to do when we untied in Goose Bay, and that is to transport passengers and cargo to the ports up along the Labrador coast as safely and efficiently as possible. And if that means one of us has to run and do something outside of our normal workday, then that's what we got to do.
The contract is worth over $14.5 million every year for the next 12 years to the Woodward Group. It, along with the government, has been taking in this trip and the first weeks of the new service, ready to make changes, ready to deal with the kinks that need to be worked out, they say.
We got a lot of things to work on, but we just got to monitor it and, not jump the gun. Things that might seem as a hiccup this trip might just be a one-time thing, right? So shouldn't jump the gun.
This trip means a lot to the captain who's been working to get the ship to this point, the first voyage.
You want to fulfill your job and, keep the places stocked with their provisions and do that the best you can.
A traditional greeting as the ship pulls into Nain.
I was very nervous when it was coming in. Even last night when I went to bed, I couldn't stop thinking about it and couldn't wait to play.
It's the final stop.
How's it feel?
Good. A lot of pressure is off now. Now we just got to make it back down.
We've got a lot of kinks worked out on our way up the coast.
Yeah.
So hopefully on the way back down the coast now, a few more kinks will get worked out and we get streamlined. The goal right now is to get back on schedule and do what we need to do for the rest of the year.
She's here, she's brand new, and we're going to, she's first trip, we can't judge her by her first trip, We'll see how it course in summer, I guess, how things go.
As fast as the ship came in, it heads back out. The Hummetic W, a new boat, a new service, and a new lifeline for Labrador's North Coast. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Labrador.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, 6 million Canadians have had their personal information compromised in a massive computer hack at Capital One. And the financial services company says about 1 million of them had their social insurance numbers compromised. People who think they may have been affected should visit a Service Canada office. Finance Minister Bill Morneau was asked today about the hack.
This Capital One breach is obviously of considerable concern to us and to Canadians. I've already spoken with the head of the Office of Superintendent of Financial Institutions. I've asked him to start an investigation into this issue.
A former systems engineer in Seattle is facing a single charge for one of the biggest security breaches of a major American financial institution. U.S. federal agents began tracking the suspect earlier this month after being notified by Capital One of a possible breach. The U.S. financial giant says about 106 million people in Canada and the United States are affected, customers and those who applied for Capital One credit card products. The company believes it is unlikely that the information was used for fraud. Well, despite a handful of confirmed sightings across the 4 western provinces, the exact whereabouts of a pair of BC teens on the run from police remains a mystery. They are suspects in the murders of 3 people in northern BC. The last confirmed sighting was 8 days ago in northern Manitoba. But a day earlier, shortly before they were named suspects, an Alberta man helped tow their vehicle out of a muddy field. It's an experience he now calls surreal.
They both gave me their real names. Yeah, I was alone with them. I was on, behind the SUV tying it up, and they had pretty much a brand new truck to take off with. My wallet was in there, everything, but they didn't.
Since the teens and their burning vehicle were spotted one day after that encounter, 1,500 kilometers away in northern Manitoba, police and military personnel have poured in. They've used thermal imaging, a drone, and tracker dogs. They've also scoured cabin sites in the dense bush, but have been unable to find the pair. A sighting about 90 kilometers from Gillam, initially deemed credible, turned up nothing. And the extra members of the force brought in have now regrouped in the Gillam area. The teens are considered dangerous and should not be approached. And days after a fire gutted a holiday resort in PEI, stories are emerging about the heroic actions of one New Brunswick visitor. The fire destroyed a huge section of a hotel complex. It started in the garden mulch and tore through the building, fanned by winds and extreme heat. As firefighters fought to control it, a New Brunswick man and his family arrived to check in. Instead of fleeing, what he did next has locals calling him a hero. CBC's Stephanie Van Kempen has that story.
Peter Slip was in PEI for a soccer tournament with his kids Sunday. They wanted to go to the beach. Instead, the GPS took them to the nearby North Winds Inn. This is what they saw.
Drove down further to investigate and kind of realized it was an actual kind of a starting of a fire on the front veranda porch.
Slip started knocking on doors. He's the man seen here on the second floor in the photograph. Inside the last one he checked, an elderly couple. The woman escaped down the stairs. Slip waited for the man.
I said we have to go, and quickly down this way. It was our only way out.
In seconds, fire blocked the way he had come up.
When I literally first looked at the stairs, I really thought we would have been able to get through without getting burned. And it was just the timing of it that, when we were down, once we were down 2 or 3 steps, it's like I say, it was almost like a tornado coming up through the stairs. So it got a lot worse really quickly, and we were already started. So I just said, go, 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 and we made it down.
Just as flames consumed the entire building. It all happened within minutes, his wife and kids watching from the car.
It was definitely a shock. They were quite upset at the time, and it was very, very kind of shocking for them to see and go through. So far, the kids are doing well, and my wife's doing okay, but will probably remember it for a while.
Slip has second-degree burns on his face, arm, and leg. He requires daily hospital visits to get his bandages changed to ward off infection. At last official check, the man he rescued is in hospital.
We were just kind of meant to be there at that time, and things just played out for us to take the wrong turn, and for it just to play out that I was put there to be put in a position to help somebody.
He's since gained a new perspective.
Live every day.
Stephanie Van Kampen, CBC News, Charlottetown.
Oh, that's a live shot of Victoria Park, and Ashley is there right now gearing up for a softball game. Right after she finishes work, of course. She'll have the weather forecast coming up after the break. Welcome back, everyone. Well, it's about 9 minutes until ball time for Ashley, who's live at Victoria Park tonight, gearing up for a softball game. And your team is actually playing behind you right now, but you're going to join in at 7, right?
Yeah, well, they just told me that we won the first game, but they're starting the second game right now, so I'm going to miss a few innings. But that's okay. That's okay. My other
Just give us the forecast and then go on.
Yeah, well, it's turning out to be a beautiful night. So those showers went through quite quickly. Sun is shining right now, and as we head through the day tomorrow, it does look like another beautiful day. We'll take a look quickly at what the future tracker is showing. So that showers and thunderstorms have moved through now, and as we head through the day tomorrow, best chance of seeing those thunderstorms will be up through Northern Peninsula and Labrador. And then over the next couple of days, this hot, humid weather is going to stick around, and a couple of fronts are going to move through, and that could spark some thunderstorms. So have the risk of that in for most, as you can see through the future tracker showing some of that rain moving through central into Thursday evening. and staying unsettled up through Labrador as well. So here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Temperatures dipping a little bit for St. John's, high near 22 degrees. Otherwise, we're going to stay with that hot, sticky, humid weather for most of central Corner Brook. 31 degrees tomorrow, again with that risk of thunderstorms likely pop up in nature, not like the line of thunderstorms we saw today. 22 degrees up through Lab City, and then hanging on to those single-digit temperatures for northern Labrador. 9 degrees is the afternoon high for you in Nain. So looking ahead to Thursday, same thing. Temperature not really moving much, going to stay in the teens for most of Labrador and unsettled with that chance of showers. And then again, I have that risk of thunderstorms. I know it's a little bit early. We're still 2 days away, but it does look like it's a good chance we'll see some thunderstorms roll through on Thursday as well. Otherwise, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds for the metro area. 27 degrees and sunshine, so sticking with this beautiful weather. And take a look at those temperatures as we head into the next 5 days. Those 20 degrees sticking around right into Friday, 21, and then that best chance of showers. The weekend, as we speak, looks gorgeous. 23 and 25 degrees with plenty of sunshine. Now, for central Newfoundland, best chance of seeing that rain, again, those thunderstorms I have, 31, 28, and then mid-20s to start off the weekend. Looks like Friday night we'll see some showers into the first half of Saturday morning, and then that sun will peek out again. Sunday looks beautiful and 25 degrees. And then for western Newfoundland, that heat continues tomorrow, dipping a little bit as we head towards the beginning of the weekend rather, and that potential for some showers. Saturday right now looks beautiful and 25, and then a return of the potential for some showers and 21 degrees to round out the weekend. Now up through Labrador, there's those cool temperatures. So in the teens, unsettled, essentially gray skies, it looks like right through Friday. Might see the sun peek out. Best chance of seeing the sun peek out at this point looks like Saturday, and then Sunday 16 degrees as well. So western Labrador 22 degrees, and then those teens for the rest of the weekend, it looks like. Well, I want to know where you're to. Look at this photo, a little bit of a different weather photo. This picture was taken, oh, I can't tell you where that picture was taken. I'll tell you where it was taken when we come back after the break. It's a good one.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, before we go tonight, we have to find out where Ashley's beautiful weather photo of the day was taken. I just love this one, the caribou lounging in the grass.
Yes, because everybody loves the summer weather. But the photo, so here we'll go there. This is where the photo was taken. Northern Peninsula, Port au Choix is where that photo was taken. A lovely afternoon, it looks like. Ralph Hiscock sent us that photo. Thank you so much for sending that one in. We're getting tons of photos of whales as well, so those are nice to see. It's nice to see some caribou enjoying the summer weather as well. So if you have any weather photos that you'd like to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca or my Facebook page, which is Ashley CBC, and you can send me pictures there as well.
I love it when you get photos of animals. Makes me smile.
Yes. Of course it does, Carolyn. Of course it does.
So you're getting ready to play your game. Are you all warmed up?
I warmed up at the beginning of the show there, but I got a little cold since then. Those temperatures have dropped, but the sun is out, so that's okay. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've actually had the chance to play. I can't wait to get out there. It's hard to focus on the weather when I'm trying to pay attention to the game, but
yeah. Do you know where things stand right now with the game, or just have you not been able to see?
No, I think they're just going into the second inning right now, so I have no idea.
Okay.
But I'll find out in, what, 30 seconds maybe?
Right. Well, thank you, Ashley. Good luck with your game tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you later. And that's it for us tonight, everyone. Peter Cowan will be in the chair tomorrow. I'm going to take a few days off and enjoy that wonderful weather that's on the way. Looking forward to that for sure. But hope you'll join us again here tomorrow. Good night, everyone.